Is game audio important? The short answer to that question is yes, but what we really want to know is why. And that is what I'll be covering in this video. I'll be using one of my recent projects to reinforce the point of why game audio is so important. It is a game where you have to go around and mine different ores in order to move on to the next level, and a little ghost will be chasing after you. So one of the key things that audio added to this game was immersiveness. For a very simple 2D game like this, it was very important to sort of add that immersive element to it. And as you played throughout the game, some of the key sounds that would stand out would be the mining sound and the TNT explosion once you complete a level. These are some examples of side chaining. Now this really helps add immersiveness to the game. It cancels out all the unnecessary audio and focuses in on something important happening currently. So when the player is mining an ore, that is the sound that you want to be hearing the most. Another great example of this would be the ghost following you. As the ghost gets close to you, it changes the ambient noise, makes it quite spooky, and as it gets closer to you, it cuts out all the other audio. The footsteps completely disappear, all the ladder sounds completely disappear also. You can't really do this just in Unity alone, so it is important to have a third-party software to help you implement all this. And what me and my team used was Fmod Studio. Now this tool is awesome. I've never heard of it before this module, and it's definitely something to look into if you want to really change the way your game audio sounds and is sort of integrated into your gameplay. If you are interested in Fmod and want to learn more about it, I will leave some links in the description on some tutorials and the download link. Okay, so moving on to the next thing I wanted to talk about, which is mood and tone, which it's something that you can't really achieve without audio. I feel like you can set the mood and tone of a game, but without the audio elements of it, it really just doesn't hit home, and you can't really portray what you want to portray to the player just by visuals. Let's take a horror game, for example. If you were to just make scary visuals and have no audio along with it, you wouldn't be scared whatsoever. When that player's got their headphones on and they're immersed in this game, they want to be hearing scary sounds. They want to hear footsteps. They want to hear something, getting closer to them. I think if you don't spend enough time on really focusing on the audio side of things, it can really make or break a game. With my game, I wanted to achieve something similar. I wanted to really make the audio encourage the player to navigate the level with a bit of urgency. So when the ghost is getting close to them, it sort of adds that level of panic to the game. And without the audio, especially in these dark cave levels, so when you go into a certain level, sometimes it goes dark and then you don't really know where the ghost is coming from. So that's really important for the audio to indicate to the player that the ghost is close. And the final thing I wanted to talk about is actually the process of recording different sounds. There are plenty of resources online that you can get free sounds from, so you would rarely have to make any sound yourself if you're making a small indie game. But making your own sounds actually adds a lot of uniqueness to your own game. For this game in particular, I recorded my footsteps while I was out on a walk. So all the footstep sounds you will hear in this game are actually my own footsteps, and they're just put into a multi-instrument which basically flips between random chunks of the audio. So every footstep actually sounds different, and it doesn't actually play the same audio cue every time. This is also one of the many things that you can do with Fmod. I also use one of my granddad's old metal pieces that I found in the garden and hit it with a hammer to make the mining sound as well. So using the environment around you can actually make the whole game audio process really fun and engaging. So to conclude this video, I know it's quite short, but I just wanted to share my experience on this new light that I've discovered on game audio, and now that I'm not going to leave it till the last minute. And it won't just be a side thought and something that I rush at the end. If you would like to play the game demo for yourself, I'll leave a link to that in the description also. Hopefully you gained something from this video, and I have shed some light on some new tools that you could possibly use, and showed you how a game can transform from something quite poor audio wise into something quite immersive and completely change the game just from audio itself. And hopefully I've inspired you not to leave audio till the last minute. Right, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.